US President Donald Trump's derogatory comments on African countries have landed him in hot water. The Department of International Relations and Cooperation is demanding an explanation from the US Embassy in Pretoria. We're joined live now on the line by dirco spokesperson Nelson Gwede for more on this. Mr. Gwede, very good afternoon to you and thank you for speaking to us. So what more are you hoping to learn from the US Embassy apart from what Donald Trump has now sought to explain on social media?
We have decided as a department that we will call in the second in command at the American Embassy in Pretoria to explain the statements that have been attributed to President Trump that refer in derogatory terms to Africans and people of African origin, and in particular their arrival at the United States of America as migrants. That they are not desirable in that country solely because of the color of their skins and the origin of their countries coming from Africa, and also our countries in the African diaspora, for example, Haiti. So we'll give an opportunity to the American official to explain in authoritative terms what is it that was said precisely in that meeting, and also explain to us as Africans what the position of the American government is in relation to us as a people, and in relation to the attitudes of the American government with regard to migrants coming from African countries and entering the United States.
But realistically, Mr. Gwede, based on what Donald Trump has already said on social media, which isn't an outright denial, only saying that those weren't the words that he used, which we will not repeat on this platform, what do you think the embassy is going to tell you that's different from what he's already explained?
It's not what we expect to hear from the embassy. We will give the embassy an opportunity officially to explain what is it that was said in that meeting, and also for us to express the way we feel officially to the United States of government through the ambassador here. So it's not going to be only the American ambassador or the designate explaining to us what was said in the meeting, but also we will have an opportunity to express our feelings with regard to the statements that were made, if it indeed that is what was said in the meeting. We noted that the President Trump on Friday sent a tweet out saying that it's not the words that he used in that meeting. But the denial was not categorical, in that he only referred to the statements in relation to Haiti. The denial didn't make any reference to remarks made about the African continent and other parts of the world, for example, El Salvador. So we will give the ambassador and the embassy an opportunity to explain in detail what is it that was said, what are the attitudes of the American governments toward the people of African origin who are arriving in the United States, and also we will explain the way we feel about such attitudes, if indeed they are true, but also emphasize the point that the African continent, the entire continent, is united behind the dignity of African people, and we will protect their rights to dignity, as well as the right of African people to equality.
All right, so do you share the view then of other African countries that Donald Trump is racist and xenophobic? Does the South African government believe that Trump is racist and xenophobic?
We will make that determination after this official consultation with the second in charge at the American Embassy. We do not wish to go into detail in response to social media comments. That is why we are giving an opportunity to the American Embassy in Pretoria to explain officially through diplomatic channels what is it that was said, so that when we respond in a determined manner, we respond knowing that we are responding to an official statement coming from the American government through their representative in Pretoria.
But this has always been one of the criticisms of African governments, Mr. Gwede, that often when the West or Western leaders are found to have made derogatory or offensive comments about countries in this part of the world, there is a hesitation from departments such as yours to be very clear in condemning it, in saying, is it racist, is it xenophobic, and that then allows the likes of Trump to continue disrespecting African nations. What do you say to that?
remember, my department, we deal with diplomacy. We are diplomats. We do not conduct diplomacy through social media. We need to give an opportunity to governments to explain officially so that we know we are responding to an official statement. We can't jump onto the bandwagon of tweeting back to the American government when they tweet something about us. We need to understand through proper diplomatic channels what is it that is being said. Is that the official position of the government? And when we respond, we know that we're responding to an official statement that was made by an authorized representative of the government of the United States of America. So we have no hesitation speaking in strong terms against any attitudes that are denigrating to the African people. But we cannot be speaking in such strong terms, responding to rumors and also statements that are made on social media. We are a government that has got the proper channels of communication. We have embassies here from all over the world in Pretoria, and we need to make use of them to communicate as the government.
Lastly, and very quickly, beyond registering your displeasure tomorrow with embassy officials, what can you do about these comments if you are indeed not satisfied with what you're told by the embassy tomorrow?
We will cross that bridge when we get there. We will give them an opportunity to explain, and then we will decide based on the explanation what is it that needs to be done.
All right, thank you for that. That was Department of International Relations and Cooperation spokesperson Nelson Gwede speaking to us about Donald Trump's comments on poorer countries.